I've loved animals my whole life. I've also loved food. So those are my two big loves of my life. Until I met my husband, of course. Um, but like a lot of people, I always had this disconnect between my companion animals in my home or the animals that I volunteered with in wildlife rehab, and my food. So I think probably in my 40s, I started to kind of think about what was on my plate and where it came from. Certainly, I loved animals. I owned a restaurant in San Francisco, and we bought cheese from a dairy in Sebastopol. So when I moved up to Sonoma County 10 years ago, we did a staff field trip up there, and I saw all these goats, and I was like, I just fell in love with goats, and I was like, I have to have goats in my life. I can't really explain it. It was just this thing that happened. And so I got some goats from this dairy, and I got some chicks from the feed store, and I started building my animal family. And it was really interesting. I started to realize, like, wow, these animals have personalities and characters, just like my dogs that I lived with. So there was this awakening happening. But the biggest moment happened when I happened to see a Facebook video, and it had a really catchy title. It said, "The best video you'll ever see," and I was like, "Oh my gosh, like I have to watch this." And it was the first time I'd seen slaughterhouse footage, and it was pretty graphic, and it was very informative, and it was very matter of fact, and it talked also about dairy and how babies are taken away from mothers in dairy so we can steal the baby's milk. And I cried all the way through this, and I was so profoundly impacted that I came to the conclusion that I had to go vegan, that I could not support what I saw. It wasn't even really like, oh, I want to go vegan, or it was just like, I have to do this. Like, it was a moral imperative for me at that point. If I was going to live my life, my actions in alignment with my values, I had to do this. Otherwise, I was a hypocrite. So anyway, I went vegan. It was great. It was easy. It's wonderful. It's delicious. It's all those things. And then I started rescuing animals. One thing led to another. And we've been a 501c3 for about 7 years. We rescue from a lot of different situations, as I'm sure all of us in the rescue world here do. But we really like to rescue kids from dairies. So we love goats. We love all animals, but we have a soft spot for goats, as you can tell by our name. So we rescue a lot of boys from dairies. And it's difficult and wonderful all at the same time, mostly wonderful, but there are some hard days. But it's a real honor to do the work that we do. Every day is different. We have so many stories, kids that come to us from good farms that we have good relationships with, kids that come from auction, adult goats that are abused and neglected, animals that are displaced by fires, all different situations. But to be able to bring them in and to heal them, give them the medical attention they need, the emotional love that they need and desire, like we all do, and to see their lives transform, to see them relax and trust again, to see their personalities come out, is something that it's an honor to do and to facilitate. But it's also, they have that saying, like, who rescued who? Our animals rescue us right back. It reminds us why we're all here. And for me, what we all do, the mission that we're a lot of us are in rescue that are here tonight, we're all trying to achieve the same thing. We all firmly believe that there's a way to live that honors our beliefs, that honors our values, and it's something as simple as how we feed ourselves, how we nourish ourselves. And the beautiful thing is that we have this choice 3 times a day. I mean, I eat 4 or 5 times a day, but like there's all these times when we eat, and we're like, oh, what am I going to eat? Am I going to eat this? Am I going to eat that? And we have a choice, and that choice is amazing, and it's empowering, and it's strong, and it's delicious. And we live in a place and a time where there are more choices now than ever before. So I really love to quote Gene Bauer from Farm Sanctuary, as one of my biggest mentors. If we can live in a way without harming others and live well, why wouldn't we? So that's what we like to teach at Goatlandia. So, and we eat plant-based and we cook plant-based because we can. And again, why not? We can have a fantastic dinner. We can be satiated, nourished, eat delicious food in a way that doesn't harm animals, is good for ourselves, and is good for the planet, So there's 3 fundamental things that we teach, Be kind to others, including animals. Be kind to yourself. Let's live long. Let's be healthy. Let's be more active. Let's lose weight, cure diabetes, cure heart disease through our food. and let's be kind to Mother Earth. And we can do all three of those things through our food choices. And how beautiful is that? So that's who we are and what we do in a nutshell. Does anyone have any quick questions? I know you guys got to get scavenging.
No, it's okay. Take questions.
Questions?
Can people come hug baby goats at Goatlandia?
Yes. So we have, yes, we have a lot of baby goats. Like I said, we really like rescuing kids from dairies. So we rescue about 3 dozen to 4 dozen a year, and we bottle feed them for 3 months. And yes, please come help us. We do, in the thick of it, we do like 100 bottles a day. So I'm very, very tired of feeding baby goats. So please come help us.
You guys have